Hi, I want to thank you all for this opportunity today. As you know, we've just released our Q2 filing, and we've just had our earnings call. These videos give me an opportunity to reflect on the past and hold me accountable while adding more context to my shareholders, my employees, and the investment community. I want to take a few minutes to talk about where SUNation stands today, what we're seeing across the solar industry, and where I believe we're headed in the back half of 2025 and into 2026. Let's start at the top. I couldn't be prouder of the progress we've made as a business. We've avoided more than a few icebergs, navigating through fabricated headwinds and economic noise. And SUNation has come out stronger. We're stable, we're lean, and in my view, we're set up to outperform our peer set. That said, this industry just doesn't quit throwing curveballs. That's why we call it the solar coaster. Every time I record one of these videos, I look back on the last one and I think, did I see this coming? Could I have seen this coming? And what changes would I have made? Honestly, nothing could have prepared us for what the post-election solar landscape would look like. Coming off a brutal 2024, where SUNation and many others saw sales drop 25 to 40% if they even stayed afloat at all, I came into this year very optimistic. Not because of politics, but because of fundamentals, job growth, domestic manufacturing investment, energy independence. It all just made sense. Solar and storage brought Americans back to work faster than any other sector post-COVID. We deliver the cheapest per kilowatt hour of any source, provide grid benefits and diversification while adding benefits unmatched to the environment and local communities that we serve. Elon Musk is even in the game. I felt like we were finally going to get a seat at the big table. But instead, we got lumped in with wind and the Green New Deal narrative, and that political baggage has hurt us. I've spent the last 2 months in DC side by side with other industry leaders and lobbyists fighting to preserve key tax credit provisions. So far, no luck. The fragmentation in our sector left us exposed, and we're paying for it. A lesson to be learned for sure. It didn't help that some of the biggest names in solar collapsed. SunPower filed in August of 2024, Sunnova and Mosaic followed in 2025. Even though those events finalized in June, investor confidence started tanking back in Q1, and it created a ripple effect that's dragged down the entire sector. But through all that, one thing has remained true. Our greatest strength at SUNation is our diversification. We operate in two of the most expensive energy markets in the country, New York and Hawaii. Our Hawaiian team at Hawaii Energy Connection is benefiting from our shift towards service and commercial work. HECO's new battery storage program is also helping us make real progress. In New York, commercial projects face delays due to utility red tape, but we've broken through. Boots are finally on the roof, and our pipeline is strong through the end of 2026. But the shining star right now is that residential solar is on fire across the country, and especially in our markets. While bittersweet, thanks to the government's decision to sunset Section 25D of the investment tax credit at the end of the year, homeowners are moving fast. Anyone that has been sitting on the fence is jumping off the fence, and they see the urgency. Sales are surging in both New York and Hawaii, and our teams are running at full speed. We're already planning for the next phase with new financing models lined up for 2026 and beyond. Behind the scenes, I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished corporately since Jim and I took the helm. Jim Brennan will share more details soon, but the highlights are clear. We've cleaned up our capital stack, we've built our cash position, and we're relentlessly pursuing our targets of OpEx efficiency and have cleared out debt. The stability of our stock price compared to previous quarters attests to our progress. I also want to give credit where it's due. Our board of directors has been in the trenches with us, rolling up their sleeves and driving real value every single day. And our internal team, well, they are laser focused and rowing in unison. As our momentum builds, so do our opportunities. Our roll-up strategy is very much still alive, with multiples dropping considerably, but I'm also looking closely at opportunities for smart, strategic consolidation within the public markets. This journey as a public CEO hasn't been easy, but it's been deeply rewarding. What drives me every day is our team, the 188 SUNation employees across New York and Hawaii who continue to show up, give it their all, and push through the noise. They are the heartbeat of this company. And if there's one big takeaway from the first half of the year, it's this. Solar-only companies are vulnerable. Our original thesis of acquiring top-tier regional solar firms, well, it still makes sense. But I'm now laser focused on aligning with diversified energy companies, especially those playing in the AI, crypto, and data center infrastructure. These are the largest emerging consumers of power, and they're going to shape the next decade of demand. We need to be part of that evolution. SUNation is strong, we're beating the odds, and most importantly, we're growing. Thank you for your continued confidence. Everything we do is aimed at increasing shareholder value, and that mission remains our North Star. I'll see you again next quarter, but until then, thank you for your confidence.